Hey everyone, and welcome to Series Week. My next few videos are all going to be series related. We are going to be talking about series I want to continue, series I won't be continuing, and today's series I want to start. I thought I would start on a positive note. I am going to try and keep this a little different. We're not looking too deep into the future here. I mean, I definitely have some incredibly popular fantasy series that I want to start, like Theft of Swords, The Way of Kings, the Night Angel trilogy, but I want to talk more about the underrated ones and series I am really vibing with and that I will be picking up in the second half of the year. Also, I am really trying to stick to books that I physically own because your girl's physical TBR is flooding. Like, the Titanic would not survive here. So this is my motivation to get my butt in gear and read these amazing sounding introductions to new worlds and even debuts. If you have read any of these books, let me know down in the comments below because I am interested in hearing all of your thoughts, or if you would like to do this with me, tell me a series you plan on starting soon. If you have yet to subscribe, bro, we could be best friends. Please do so down below for more bookish content because I know you want to see this goofy face again. But especially to hear more reviews for these books in future wrap-ups because we are holding me accountable today. I have 5 series here because we need to keep it realistic, so let's begin with series number 1, which is probably going to be one of the first series that I start reading very soon. So the first one is No Fake Gloss. This is the first book to the Graven trilogy. Now, Essa Hansen is one of the coolest people I follow on the internet. I adore her and I want to read and adore her book. This is an adult sci-fi space opera that came out last year, and I had all of these plans to read it early or right when it came out, but unfortunately that just didn't happen. My fantasy obsessed brain was like, nope, we are too obsessed with swords. I am always searching for like Fallout vibes, dystopian, and Mass Effect vibes, sci-fi. I truly think this will checkmark one of those boxes for me. It's following a young boy who is enslaved by an alien race. At the beginning, he escapes with a crew as his planet is destroyed. It's supposed to heavily depict that found family trope, and I can definitely see that with the mention of this alien crew, which is full of different races and gender fluid beings, and perfect for Pride Month. I just need a fun sci-fi in my life, and I think this is going to satisfy that craving. Series number 2 that I will be getting to is the Obsidian Tower. This is the first book to the Rooks and a Ruin series. The sequel to this one is coming out very soon, and I want to get on this quickly. Now, I am breaking my own rule here a little bit, well, okay, a lot of it, because this is set in the same world as The Tethered Mage. I forget what that series is called. The first book is called The Tethered Mage, though. I own all 3, though it's a totally different story. Apparently, you don't have to read that to understand this. Even though you can say the same for A Little Hatred, but I think that's absolute blasphemy, and I'd highly advise reading the First Law trilogy first. Man, like I said, breaking my own freaking rule, putting my own foot in my mouth. But I think you can all forgive me for wanting to read this first because it entices me so much more. When this was first released last year, I saw the cover, I read the synopsis, and it was like game over for me. It sounds so cool. It's an adult high fantasy that really sounds like it has a lot of well-woven themes within it. Basically, we have a main character who not only has to deal with a missing grandmother, but also has to deal with this magic obsidian slab that is the gateway to the 9 hells, and all 9 demons with it. That's a lot to have on your freaking plate, so yes, very excited to finally pick this one up, and if I end up loving it, it'll just give me more motivation to pick up her previous series. Okay, so let's talk about a series I have mentioned in previous TBR videos, and I'd really like to go into 2022 having started. Skyborne by David Dalglish, and this series is even complete, so it needs to be prioritized. Honestly, what's freaking wrong with me? I have been craving this author's writing and storytelling ever since I finished Voidbreaker, which is the finale to his previous, most recent series, and even though he is coming out with a new series next year, which is one of my most anticipated release, I am itching so badly for that cover reveal. I need some in between, so we're going to call it the Dalglish effect. I'm tainted by it. This is following 2 twin protagonists who train at an academy. There's also like floating dystopia-esque cities. This all very much appeals to me. Dalglish is a good writer of action, and I expect this to have nothing less than intense fight scenes but up in the sky. because wings. That's how it works, right? It sounds incredible. Metro 2033. I mentioned this in passing in my June TBR video and was like, man, I need to read this already. This is the novel that spawned the video game series, which I enjoyed the heck out of. But I am going into this book with lower expectations just because sometimes that's just how it be. But when you enjoy something in one medium that is heavily intensified and you physically interact with the environment, the original content might be a bit slower, but I am hoping that I am surprised. My boyfriend has been begging me to read this because he is also curious on whether it still holds up to the very well crafted video games. So obviously the year is 2033, it's been 20 years since the nuclear holocaust and the last survivors of humanity are living in the Moscow Metro, which was designed as the world's largest nuclear shelter. But mutants and bandits are everywhere and you can only survive like this for so long. It definitely has a lot more horror elements, which I'm very excited for. I believe there are a total of 3 books, 2034 and 2035, kind of self-explanatory. But yeah, I would love to do like a book versus video game comparison. Tell me below if you are also a fan, or heck, if you've read this. Am I going into it cautious for good reason? Let me know. The Pariah. I wasn't sure if I wanted to include new series that are out yet on this list, but I'm making an exception for this one because I will be reading it very soon. I'm thinking July actually, since it releases in August, so why not just throw it on this list for now? This is Anthony Ryan's brand new fantasy series called The Covenant of Steel. First off, I love this cover so much. It's simple, yet clearly tells a story, and I love it when book covers can do that. I mean, Orbit books always have the best covers. Fight me on that. I don't think I have ever read a book by Anthony Ryan, which, as an adult SFF booktuber, that's outrageous, and I feel like he's part of the trifecta with Joe Abercrombie and John Gwen, but we're fixing that problem soon. So we're following Alwyn, who is a bit of a thief. He was raised in the woods as an outlaw, but he's betrayed, set on a path of vengeance, which leads him to a new life among the kingdom's army. I have no idea what to expect, but the cover and that blurb alone has me so intrigued. I know many of you are also very excited for this one, and I hope to give you my thoughts and tell you if it's worth it in a future video. So that right there is the stack of series that you can see me reading very much in the near future, and that is going to be it for today's video. I am truly excited about all of these choices. I did not just make this list all willy-nilly. You will be seeing reviews from me soon. I wish I had made this list earlier in the year, but mentally I was struggling in January and totally wrapped in Medievalathon at that time, so I hope I'm kind of making it up for you with a week full of series related videos. Be sure to turn on my post notifications so that you get notified right when they go live. Leave a comment because it truly helps me out. Follow me on social media, everything's linked down below for you, and until we meet again, happy reading.